And was a state tournament basketball game decided off the court? It was the first time the team had made it into the state tournament in more than half a century. But parents say how they went out is unfair, and they blame their loss on something they couldn't control. News 13's Lizzie Mitri is in the Newsplex with that controversy. Lizzie?
Dean, families traveled to Santa Fe from Maxwell, a tiny town south of Raton, with high hopes for the big game. Instead, it ended in a lot of confusion over who actually won. Saturday's win was no slam dunk. After a close game, Santa Fe Waldorf School is celebrating a victory against Maxwell, making it through the first round of the high school state tournament. The final score on the board was 55-54, but parents of Maxwell players say that board was wrong.
For them to go down, play in a gym that wasn't up to par, and then to be, cheated out of their first round win was very, it was just wrong.
Philip Salazar says throughout the game, the scoreboard would just shut off and reset. Then just before halftime, he says Waldorf led 38-37.
At that time, there was a foul that was committed, and the Waldorf player made the second free throw but missed the first one and was received 2 points on the scoreboard, which made it 40-37.
He says it happened again where Maxwell scored, but the points went to Waldorf on the scoreboard. And then there were complaints that the tiled floor was different than a standard basketball court. From the scoreboard to the tiled floor, the coach agrees there were problems, but he says his team was not cheated out of a win.
The mistakes were being made during the course of the game. I think all of them were taken care of. It's just that the final score indicated, and I think the final score was the correct one.
The coach says this is the first time his team made it to the state tournament since 1960, but it won't be the last.
We're proud of what we did this year, and hopefully we'll just continue our program, and we'll be there again next year.
The Maxwell coach says ultimately it came down to miscommunication between officials keeping score in the book and the scoreboard operator, but he says Waldorf won fair and square. No one from Waldorf wanted to comment. Back to you.
All right, Lizzie, thank you. Many parents complained to the New Mexico Activities Association. NMAA tells us game officials checked the scorebook twice and signed off on it.